Welcome, where disagreements can turn to agreements. We bring you honest opinions and multiple viewpoints. Please enjoy today's episode of Behind the Wall.
Hello, and today this is our first episode of Behind the Wall, where we talk about freedom of speech, problems in society, problems in the school system, and overall just flaws in the U.S. government. Our topic today is liberals in the school system. Some might ask me, Owen, why is that so bad? Why is it such bad for have liberals in the school system? Because teachers aren't supposed to talk politics. And when they start talking politics, liberals can't control themselves. They love to talk politics. They can't not talk politics. It's impossible for them. And I feel like most students, they have problems talking against teachers when they start saying stuff like this. If they spew on about their point of view and the U.S. government's flaws. And I don't think that's right because students are scared to speak or write about topics they won't because they're scared to get either a bad grade, suspended, or overall just not liked by their fellow classmates because they spoke up against these problems. And you're like, Owen, how can you say all this? Do you even have any evidence? And it's yes, I do have evidence for this because this happened in my school. It happened in my classroom where this teacher last year, when I was in 11th grade, had debates with students about Trump's election and would waste class time. And one time she wasted the whole period talking politics with one student. And I don't think that's right because they can debate back, but overall it just takes away from everyone's learning environment. Am I there in an English class where we're talking about the Great Gatsby to talk about whether I think Trump's a good president or not? Or one time when she started spewing about abortion in an English 3 honors classroom. That's insane to me. I'm not there to learn about abortion. I'm not there to listen to this lady talk about abortion. I'm not there to listen to this lady talk about her point of views and why the U.S. economy is flawed. It's just overall ridiculous. And that's not what I'm there for school. I'm not there for school. I am there for school. I'm not there to talk about that at school. This other time in an English class, this teacher made us read this weird book about this girl and her gay uncle that died and how she befriends her uncle's like boyfriend. But like no one knew their uncle was gay until like this guy came to the wedding or the funeral. The funeral. It's when her uncle died. And this, as a freshman, as a ninth grader, kind of struck me as odd or bizarre because I didn't really know much stuff like this. This was kind of like a fresh kick in the balls to high school. That's not a really good start to high school is to talk about gay people and this weird book about how this girl falls in love with her uncle's boyfriend. That's pretty much the premise of the book is like she ends up befriending him and like I don't remember if like she starts falling in love with him. I can't remember. But she does develop this connection with him. And this book really just struck me as odd and wrong. I can't really put it in words because I don't remember it that well. But I do remember it. Like, why are we reading this? Why in English 1 am I reading about this? Can I not just read Romeo and Juliet? Can I not just read Fahrenheit 451? And it's these problems in the school system that I don't think are right. And I feel like no one's really talking about it. Back to this teacher talking about abortion and stuff. After one of her debates with students, she got in trouble for it. Enough trouble? I don't think so. She should have got fired, in my opinion. Because there's no place for that in our school system. What, she got a slap on the wrist? It's ridiculous. To go and talk about abortion in a classroom. To go and talk about how bad Trump is. It's just overall ridiculous. And it's just like the left wing. That's just what they do. They can't stop talking about their point of views until you side with it or until they punch you. I've never been punched by a liberal. I've been slapped by a woman for a joke. Yeah, I mean, that's just what America's come to. I think teachers should start trying harder with their students. Well, I do find that hard to do because teachers are so underpaid. They don't like working at their jobs. They don't like working at these areas, these underfunded school areas, when they're underpaid, don't feel like they're getting respected. Another thing I highly disagree with was when they had that trans assembly at that elementary school where they had a bunch of drag queens come in and talk to these students and read them stories. Can you imagine if you're exposed to that at such a young age? Everything you were taught by your parents just flipped upside down. I mean, why have that in this school system? Just having trans people come and talk to your kids. Drag queens talk to your kids. It's just, would you want that? I wonder if they made the parents fill out a form saying whether if they're okay with this or if they just did it anyway. Because if I was a parent and I didn't want my kid to see this, and he had to or she had to go and witness this assembly where these drag queens talk to them, I would be really pissed. I would not be happy. I'd probably pull my kid from that school, send him to a different school, send him to private school. And you're like, oh, well, not everyone can afford private school. Yes, that is true. But I would do it anyway. I would send them to a different school because I would just not let that happen. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous that they would have that at a school. I think it's ridiculous that they let these people just go and influence their kids. Because I've heard more stories about teachers being liberal than teachers being Republican and spewing it to their kids. I've heard more times that teachers have been in trouble because they start talking politics, and it's rarely the Republican Party. Because they know how to shut their mouth. Because they let the government do the talking for them. It's okay to speak out about things at a certain time, not in education, probably not at work. I mean, if I went to work, if I worked in an office, I go eat my lunch break and I just have some lady spewing her liberal garbage at me, I would probably not work there anymore. Because who wants to just sit there and listen to that? I know I don't. And that's just, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying Republicans can't do that and they haven't done that. It's just, I've heard way more stories of liberals doing that than not liberals. Shout out to the Green Party. I mean, the Green Party really knows how to hold their own. There's always Green Party voters, and I kind of respect that. They probably think they're never going to win, but they're okay with that. I mean, you you don't see liberals doing that. You see them once Trump gets elected, them going and crying on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube about it, posting on Twitter about it, or X, sorry, about how they're moving out of the country because Trump gets elected. I think that's just funny to me that someone would go and post this. And there's this video. I don't remember exactly what it's about, but it's these kids and their mom is like, guess what just happened? And they're like, Trump got arrested or Trump got fired. And they're like, no, second best thing. Charlie Kirk got arrested. No, third best thing. And they're like, well, we're going to Disney World. I mean, that's just embarrassing as a mother to go and post that. I know my mother would never post that. I know a bunch of my friends' parents would never post that. Because it's just ridiculous to show that you're just spewing this garbage onto your kids. I say once you're able to drive, you should start following politics. If you can drive a car, you can start learning about politics. Till then, keep kids out of politics. Stop spewing your garbage onto kids. My parents did that. They never talked politics with me before probably 6 months ago when I started getting into politics. I mean, it was more like a year. I've been reading and, following up with the news probably since Trump's re-election because I was really interested about it, and now I'm really interested in politics, and that's why I want to make this show. And I just think that's embarrassing to show your kid on TikTok talking about how they don't like Trump or Charlie Kirk. Another thing, Build-A-Bear. That Build-A-Bear employee needs to be fired. Get her out of there. Him or her, I don't remember which. Not letting a kid make a Charlie Kirk bear because you're so offended or against him after he just died, to not let a kid make a Charlie Kirk bear. Charlie Kirk was a very good man. He loved God. He loved this country. And I think that's a pretty good values in a man. So when I hear about this Build-A-Bear worker, I'd be furious if I was that kid or their parents, because who gives that employee the right to deny a kid? Yes, you can deny a bear if they have the voice thing and they're spewing slurs into the bear to make the bear say slurs, because that's just not a good look for Build-A-Bear. So yes, that is a reason why I've seen videos where it's like a prank video where people say slurs into the bear or racist shit into the bear, and the employees cancel, we're not doing that. Yes, I do agree with that, because that's just bad media. It just looks bad on Build-A-Bear's part if they let that happen. So I'm just really done with liberals in the school system. I don't care if you're liberal. I care if you start spewing it to me during school hours. I'll go to a park and talk politics with you. But if I'm there to learn and read The Great Gatsby, I don't want to listen to you talk about abortion, talk about how Trump's a bad president. I just don't want to listen to it. It's just, there's a time and a place for everything, and that time and that place is not in school. I mean, that's pretty much all I have for today's episode. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you to the people helping me with this video. My friend Christopher. My friend Michael, who's the editor. Christopher helped me with this idea. So did my friend Hatham. He helped me with this idea. And he helped me make the name behind the wall. I like this name. And thank you for everyone who's supported me in starting this. So I'm just going to wrap it up there. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.